captains tonight for Brentwood Academy, number 12, Wade Williams, number 21, Tahir Noor, number 35, Russell Holbrook, and number 55, Thomas Gore. For Baylor, the captains are number 50, Gage Johnson, 51, Bashir Salou, and number 53, Alberto Marset. The indication is the Brentwood Academy has won the toss, and they've deferred their choice to the second half. Baylor has elected to receive. Brentwood Academy will kick off and defend the north goal. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Baylor Red Raiders.
Good evening, Eagles fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast in Chattanooga, Tennessee at Red Eder Field on the campus of the Baylor School here in Chattanooga as the Eagles take on the homestanding Baylor Red Raiders. This is Chris Woodley alongside Shannon Barnhill. Scott Holmes on assignment tonight, so Shannon and I will be doing the heavy lifting for Scott Holmes tonight. But BA comes in 6-0, the Red Raiders 3-3, and the Eagles' win streak has stretched to 23 games. Shannon, what's been the key to BA's start this year and putting together 23 straight wins?
Well, Chris, I'm going to go ahead and say it's been the line of scrimmage, offensive line and defensive line. When you win those, it's usually a good thing, and the Lions have done a great job.
Another great defensive effort so far for the Eagles this year, holding, I think they've given up 36 points in 6 games, and now they get into league play. They're actually 2-0 in region play, and the rest of the season will be all league games, even into the playoffs. So starts out tonight at Baylor, and there is not a prettier scene than what we have in front of us here as we overlook the Tennessee River Gorge and I think Signal Mountain. I'm not sure what else, but it is spectacular on top of the press box.
It sure is. Baylor's got that going for them for sure.
So Hawkins set to kick off for the Eagles. Both teams ready to go. Hawkins leaves this one a little bit short, been putting most of them in the end zone, but this one over to the far sideline. Quickly up comes Baylor.
Christian Moore returns the Hawkins kick across the 20.
I think Cameron just wanted to make sure that the kickoff coverage team was awake.
Logan Spell made sure they got it done there. Great job by the sophomore. So Baylor takes over just inside the 21. Your defensive starting lineup: Clifton at tackle, Gore in the middle, and Lanier at the other tackle, Victory at a strong safety position, Curtis at the Sam position, Grant Stacy also in the middle, and then on the weak side, Owens. Your cornerbacks are going to be Amir Anur. Man, my eyes are having a hard time. His brother, Tyre, is a safety.
Is an official timeout.
And Aaron Lovins at the other corner.
Once again,
and Sagan, no, that's not Sagan. I can't see a number.
Well,
he's sideways.
He's turned sideways, so.
Looks like 27, Caleb Brooks. So we don't have Scott's great eyes with us tonight, and we don't have Christian Murphy, our spotter, with us tonight. So we may struggle a little bit with numbers, but we'll get it all right eventually. So we're ready to play ball here. Red Raiders take over just inside the 21-yard line. So a little quarterback keeper is going to gain negative 1/2.
Yeah. Great start.
So BA has given up a total of 3 points in the last 3 meetings combined to Baylor. So this Baylor offense is challenged quite a bit. So we found out today, Shannon, and good defensive team, and had a lot of injuries. Some of those guys starting to come back, and they're actually available tonight. But this team will struggle to put up points against most teams. So second, about 10.5. Snaps on the ground. Quarterback's going to keep again. Lose another half yard.
Well, at least they're consistent.
So Baylor pretty close to the vest here early, trying not to turn the ball over in the red zone, which they are clearly in at this point, or BA's red zone
right,
anyway.
Exactly.
So 3rd and 12, not the situation you want to be in as an underdog. See if BA dials up some pressure here. They like to bring victory a lot of times, Shannon, on 3rd and long. Looks like Owens may be the guy coming on the right side.
Yeah, it looks like Jack's covering the slot.
Snaps back, and it is a passing situation. There's Gore.
Wow.
Gore with a sack.
No need to blitz when you got that kind of pressure from your front four.
Well, going back to what you mentioned just a minute ago, Shannon, up front, BA's getting it done, offense and defense, and Thomas Gore, just one of those great senior high school football players this year. So punt formation for the Red Raiders as they face 4th and about 17, I think. Snap is okay for the punt. It's a beautiful spiral.
Yeah.
But it's not going very far.
Snap is great. The punt, not so much.
So the punt goes out for about 20 yards, maybe 23. Had a beautiful tight spiral on it.
It was tight.
It was not going to be returned. So BA with great field position as they start on the Baylor, as soon as we mark the ball here, 37-yard line. So almost, maybe not quite as good as a turnover, but almost, isn't it, Shannon?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, that's a good field position. Defense set them up. See what the offense can do.
So Victory stays in at receiver. Billy Brooks also in at receiver as BA goes 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, and an empty backfield for Wade Williams. Williams with a snap. He's going to throw it, and it's a little low, and Victory can't come up with it. So BA with this powerful offensive line spreads them out on the first play, Shannon.
Why not? You know, throw a little kink into the plans there.
A lot of kind words from the BA coaching staff as it relates to Phil Massey, the Baylor coach. Always seems to do a good job against this BA offense. And it's the freshman, James, all the way up for about a 7.5-yard gain.
This time Wade Williams hands off.
Otherwise known as Momo.
I think that guy's got a future.
I think he's going to be a pretty good football player. The freshman team might wish that he was still playing for them, but he's doing plenty up here with the older guys. So 3rd and 3. Your offensive line, Sutton, Gore, Collins, Josie, Clifton. Handoff goes to James. He's going to be short, and I'm going to guess 2 down territory here.
About 1.5 yards to go. Looks a little bit long for a field goal, so.
So first 4th down conversion opportunity for the Eagles as the ball sits right about the 29-yard line. Need to get it inside the 28.
Brought in Mr. Gore for this one.
So Gore with the powerhouse backfield that probably will follow him, we're guessing. And they're going to hand it to Gore, and he's going to struggle, but the former running back plows ahead for a first down.
He's got it.
He was hit initially at the line of scrimmage, if not behind it, but he's kind of hard to stop for no gain.
No doubt about that.
So Gore says once a running back, always a running back. Give me the ball, Coach.
So the Eagles will have it 1st and 10 at the Baylor 27.
Devin Curtis in at the tight end / H-back position. Tahir in the slot. Billy Brooks remains in, and as BA goes 4 wide. And who's going in motion? It's Tahir. Little fake on the jet sweep.
Wade Williams on the quarterback.
Williams runs. It gets a tough 7 yards.
Yep, nice play.
Looked like the timing was a little off. I'm not sure Anur realized he was supposed to be in motion, and the snap was not perfectly timed. It didn't matter.
Looked like Billy Brooks is the one that told him to go into motion on that one. Come on, man.
Come on, man. It's just enough maybe to throw somebody off. They couldn't tell what was happening. Nice gain on first down by the Eagles. Williams, he gives it to Momo, spinning, churning, driving. Inside the 10-yard line goes the freshman.
I once had a run like that on Xbox.
So, first and goal, B.A.
James will have a first down.
Good first drive so far. Let's see if they can cash it in for 7 big ones.
Appears to be right at the 10-yard line.
The yard marker says 4th down, but I don't think so.
They got it changed now. There goes Momo again, looking for some room. Nice driving
James
run.
again on the carry.
Not as much room as what he had maybe the last time, but boy, that was a powerful push to get it down near the 5.
This time the stop is made by Heath Snodgrass.
Make it the 6.
Second down and 6.
Yeah, we're probably not going to go by the down the distance on the scoreboard because they seem to be struggling there a little bit.
A little bit.
And it's Momo again. More room this time.
Oh,
he's in.
He's in.
Touchdown, Eagles.
No replay needed for that one.
So B.A. with some great effort from Jordan James sticks 6 big ones on the board. I can't talk.
That's easy for you to say, Chris.
It is.
It's a touchdown either way.
It'd be easier for Scott to say, but he's not here. So 6:40 left first quarter. B.A. with a swinging gate, trying to figure out if they're going to kick it or go for 2. And it looks like they're going to kick it. So Cole Lineberger will snap. Williams will hold. And Paxton Perry tries to tack on the PAT.
So this one.
Good snap, down, kick up. It's good. So with 6:40 left, your score, Brentwood Academy 7, Baylor nothing. So B.A. set to kick off. It'll be Hawkins again.
Kicking off again for Brentwood Academy.
See if Hawkins tries to put this one in the end zone. He didn't try the last time.
Christian Moore and Riley Jenny.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Well, that one's going to go very deep, about 8 yards deep into the end zone.
For a touchback.
That's so important. It's great, actually a great first defensive play, really.
Yeah, no chance for a return. Always nice. So I think since the last time I was here, Baylor looks to have a new artificial turf surface. It looks a little bit better. It seemed like it was very faded the last time I was here. You were here with me. Does it look like a new rug to you?
Maybe
a couple of years old. I mean,
maybe.
It's been 3 years since we've been here, I think.
They've definitely added some woodwork to the stands here for their 3-person band and some other stuff.
That's just the percussion section.
Okay.
So Baylor with a second shot, and they're going to be stacked up again.
That's their first positive play, Chris.
Great job there by turnaround boys.
Not sure what's going on with our defense.
Nope, that's Devin Curtis. You might hear us call his name once or twice tonight.
Tackle on that play made by Devin Curtis.
This BA defense came in, Shannon, following really one of the better defenses BA's ever had last year, and they haven't let much down, have they?
No, I think they've actually taken it up a notch. They've played really good football.
So Baylor, the poor snap, and here comes pressure, and down he goes.
Lorenzo White is sacked.
So Owens with the initial pressure, but big Lanier gets the sack.
Yeah, Mr. White, Mr. Lanier.
All the way back to the 13-yard line. So fantastic start by this defense so far. And Baylor once again backed up with long down and distance. And they need to reach the 30, so
3rd and 17.
3rd and 17. And if this was BA, we might see Wade Williams step back and shotgun and quick kick it. But I wonder if Baylor's got that in their toolbox. That's worked very well for the Eagles at times. They don't have to punt very often, but. And back to pass. Out it goes. Good coverage, maybe a hold out there. Not called, but it's going to be well short. It gets gain of about 2 yards, Shannon, where he's gang tackled by several Eagles over on the sideline.
So that's 2 series for Baylor, and I don't know. We don't have an official statistician, but I think that's 2 series for a total of -7 yards.
We don't need a statistician. We've got you, and you can always remember stuff. So it's going well for the Eagles early. Let's see what happens here on this punt. See if the Eagles go after it. Looks like they want to, and they do. They're bringing everybody. There goes Victory.
Wow.
He gets a part of it.
Oh, that's going to
come down to Owens, and he just takes a knee at the 15. Might have had some room to get in the end zone there, Shannon.
Well, that's a smart play, though. I mean, he didn't know where the defenders were, and he just wanted to make sure we retained possession. So.
That's a good point. He didn't know if somebody might be coming behind him to slap the ball down.
Exactly. You never know.
So BA's field position continues to improve. Start at the 15-yard line here, following the block punt. Give Victory credit for the block punt.
Exactly. Jack always around the ball, it seems like.
Jack, one of the great seniors on this team, playing both ways for the Eagles, and of course also a great baseball player. And those are the kind of guys that you love to have in your program that can play different sports at a high level.
Exactly.
Williams wants to throw it.
Ooh. Oh,
it's caught. A touchdown by Victory.
Just like they drew it up.
Just like they drew it up.
Wow.
Hopefully you saw it, because I'll have a hard time describing it. It looked like Lovins lost his footing or got pushed. He was off balance. The ball came to him.
It's like the old skee ball play where you bank it off, you bank it, and then you score.
So BA, the right place, the right time, goes 15 yards in one play, and are really taking care of business here early and taking the hopes out of an underdog.
Oh, they just scored a 2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion, while I'm talking, is good, and the Eagles go up 15-0.
Yeah, don't turn your head, Chris. We might score.
So your score will be back in about 30 seconds. BA 15, Baylor 0.
Hey, have you got that list of announcements? Is that in here? We don't have the like the bone and joint and all that.
Well, we do have the bone and joint. I may have that in here, maybe in my backpack. I think it's in my backpack.
That's all right. I can probably figure it out. I'm gonna start out with Lulu's. Are you ready? Yeah. All right, BA fans. Before we get this kicked off, I've got a message from Lulu Clark about the BA Alumni Network. So for all of you alumni, please check this out. You can go to the BA website under alumni to find the link. And once you sign up, you can find jobs, post jobs, connect with other alumni, and see all upcoming events. So, folks, please do that. It's very important, and it'll be beneficial to you, and it's free.
Hawkins kicks it into the end zone for another touchback, and the Red Raiders will start off on the 20. Shannon, before I forget, I want to say this really early. Big soccer victory for the BA girls today here at Baylor as they beat the defending state champions 3-2. Only the second loss for Baylor since October of 2016. And this Eagles team, their first win over Baylor in school history. So congrats to the soccer team, the girls soccer team. They've got having a fantastic season, trying to get one of those top 2 seeds so they can get a bye and then be able to host the quarterfinal round. So congratulations, ladies.
The soccer team has just picked up from where they left off last year. It's really great to see.
So Baylor, we're going to get 5 free ones here. as Gore a little anxious.
It's the best play of the offensive night for Baylor.
Actually, that's not Gore. I think that's James Stewart, possibly. I know we're not supposed to call these kids out at all. Yeah, a little excited. He's in for Gore and jumped.
First down and 5.
I think it'll still be a challenge based on what we've seen from the first two drives.
If you're not here next week, we'll know why now, Chris.
Why is that?
Well, you called the kid out. You said you weren't supposed to do that.
Truly. So 1st and 5, Red Raiders. The quarterback going to keep again. He's going to be in trouble again. He's going to pitch almost a pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it was barely a lateral. I guess it was a lateral.
Actually, that did go forward, I think.
Was he behind the line of scrimmage? I don't think he was.
I don't think he was, and they didn't call it, but that pass went forward.
So Baylor with a first down out to the 35-yard line. Red Raiders on the move. So in motion for Baylor, but they're going to hand it off up the middle. And the quarterback's kept it enough now to where he's got BA's attention.
Yep.
But they get a modest gain of about 2 yards. Also want to congratulate the middle school volleyball team, who are HVAC champions, as they beat previously unbeaten BGA last night to capture their championship.
Go Eagles.
Congrats, ladies. While we're at it, middle school, 7th grade, 14-0 football over MBA last night. Middle school, 8th grade, 35-0 over MBA last night. Congratulations, middle schoolers. And we might as well throw in the 9th grade game from a week ago, 35-0 BA over MBA.
I'm thinking the future looks bright here at BA.
Another pass by White. It's going to be caught, but
great
tackled.
Coverage.
Outstanding tackle over there by Lovins.
Yeah, Lovins read that well. That was a good open field tackle.
Lovins, one of those guys, Shannon, when you watched him in the preseason, you maybe weren't quite sure, and now when you watch him, he looks like he's been playing there for years.
Yeah, he's got it all together.
We got an injury timeout. Red Raiders down, so we're going to take it with them. Be back in just a minute.
Shaken up on the
So Baker, the receiver on that last play, shaken up, helped to the sideline. Hopefully not serious.
3rd and 5 for Baylor.
Meanwhile, a key 3rd and 5 for the Red Raiders at their own 40-yard line. Any ideas what might happen here, Shannon?
I think quarterback draw is my call.
Here comes Victory. And he's going to get sacked before we could ever find out what the call was.
I think I was wrong. He looked like he was going to pass, but no time. You're right.
Big Devin Curtis with looked like a little bit of a delayed blitz, didn't it, Shannon?
It did.
And Curtis goes in there, wraps him up for another tackle for loss.
That Curtis guy barely makes any plays, so
he's a pretty good football player.
He's a very good football player.
So 3rd and 12, we'll call it. And Baylor with their 3rd punt of the game.
It looks like we're lined off sides. I hope not.
And Newer hasn't touched the ball yet. Won't get to touch this one either as the ball's short and takes a big bounce for Baylor all the way back to the BA 27-yard line. By far the worst field position.
Yeah, one of the great things about Brentwood Academy is having that smaller class size because it's no longer a lecture and it's more of just a conversation.
The relationships that we're able to build with students are obviously incredibly important. As students try to get into college and there's more pressure to get into college and college costs more and all of this stuff, as all of that happens, they have a lot of pressure on them and sometimes they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to in that. I'm thankful that we have
part of the state, so everybody's starting up, here in about 10 minutes, I guess, over in the middle part of the state. Williams with another empty backfield sends Curtis in motion. Quick pass is good. And Shannon, probably a good idea for BA. You're in control here early. You're able to run the ball, you know, and that's working. You got to work on some other things.
Exactly.
You got McCauley coming in next week, followed by MBA and Innsworth in playoffs.
Yep.
I mean, it wouldn't do you any good to just run the ball constantly.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, they already know they can do that. So it's good to work on some other stuff.
And Williams is going to keep it. And he gets tackled for a short gain.
About 3rd and 3 coming up, looks like.
3rd and 3. Looked like he might have some room there early on the far side of the field, but good play by Baylor.
Well, here we go. Baylor's got a chance to force a 4th down.
Patrick Doyle moves to the edge of his seat. BA punter. Williams with a little screen, and it's knocked down. Great play by Baylor, and that's a play that the Eagles have run for years and well scouted by the Red Raiders.
Intended for Colin Taylor.
And here comes the punt team.
That'll bring up a 4th
And senior Patrick Doyle does indeed get into the game for his first punt. Big stop by Baylor. First time they've gotten off the field without giving up points. The fans are very appreciative. So Doyle back deep.
Crowd's a little lighter than it has been the past years.
Very light.
And this is such a nice.
Doyle rips one. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Wow, yeah, that's great.
What a punt. It is taking a bad bounce and going into the end zone.
Wow.
But that is a 67-yard punt.
Yeah.
Let's
Came to BA in 6th grade, started middle school. My dad just said, hey, let's go look at BA. So I shadowed, and it was just the best experience. And from then I just knew, man, this is where I'm going to be till high school. Mother asked, is this a Christian school or not? Mr. Brown said, no, it's not. A school's not Christian. The people there are. So just for everybody to be always just encouraging you and
quarterback draw again. White, the basketball player. I believe that's Lorenzo White. He's a good high school basketball player. I'm sure we'll see him again here in a few months on the hardwood. Carries for about 6.5 yards. So nice gain. Make it 6. Nice gain by White. And they're running him a lot. He must be one of their better options.
But a gain of about 6 for Baylor, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, crowd surprisingly light.
Yeah, it's usually, last couple of years I've been here, it's been pretty packed.
A lot of people watching ESPN tonight.
I guess so.
Here comes pressure, and may have been a little early. So we'll see who the flag is on here. It is illegal procedure against the Red Raiders. That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them. They had a really, probably their best gain of the night in almost 6 yards, and that just erased it.
Well, Red Raiders over the ball, saw the pressure coming from BA, and looked like it kind of unnerved them a little bit. And somebody jumped. Next thing you know, it's 2nd and 9.
Or 2nd and 10 if you believe their scoreboard.
Yeah.
The scoreboard operator's struggling a little bit tonight.
I mean, I've got bad eyes, but I think I'm right on this one.
I think you are.
So 2nd and 9, White with the ball, hands off, up the middle. And that's a good job right there. Let's
Right.
see who pops up from that.
It's a gain of about a yard, it looks like.
Looked like he had some room, and that is Grant Stacy. Good job by Stacy. Holds him to a gain of 1, and if he gets by Stacy, he had some room, didn't he, Shannon?
He did. So far, the BA defense just looks quicker, faster than Baylor's offense.
You know, that's the other thing that we talked a little bit about up front and having an advantage there. I think BA's quickness is a big difference with a lot of these games, both offensively and defensively.
That's going to do it for the first quarter.
That's it. Quarter number 1 in the books. Your Eagles are 15 and Baylor 0. Back in just a minute.
It was funny my freshman year getting here and taking classes and talking to a lot of my friends at school here. I mean, this is a good private school that's pretty tough to get into. Talking to my friends, and they were having such a tough time. You know, for me, I was doing the exact same thing I was doing in high school, and I was getting straight A's easy. I mean, I got a 4.0 my first semester without even really having to try much, and it was because BA prepared me so well. The classes at BA teach you to study. And it was really a good head start because my friends here had to learn.
Need to get it beyond the 30.
This is a big one. Down 15-0. They could use some positive momentum.
Here comes some pressure with Victory. White unloads it, and it's a decent pass. It's behind the receiver. And I'll tell you what, Jack Victory needs some credit for that incompletion.
Sure did.
White couldn't wait to get rid of it. I don't blame him.
That'll bring up a 4th down.
And he ends up throwing it probably a little bit early, a little bit off target. And we see the Baylor punter again.
Good coverage on that play, but that's one of those back shoulder deals where it's really tough on the DB.
I don't think it was intentionally back shoulder.
Well, you're probably right.
So Newer still waiting to get his hands on a punt. Be with a little bit of pressure. And that's going to take a huge Baylor roll. That's going to be about an extra 20 yards right there inside the 30.
Yeah, that's going to look pretty good on the statistics.
Yeah, one of the things a lot of people like to talk about when it comes.
It was funny my freshman year getting here and taking classes and talking to a lot of my friends at school here. I mean, this is a good private school that's pretty tough to get into. Talking to my friends, and they were having such a tough time. You know, for me, I was doing the exact same thing I was doing in high school, and I was getting straight A's easy. I mean, I got a 4.0 my first semester without even really having to try much, and it was because BA prepared me so well. The classes at BA teach you to study, and it was really a good head start because my friends here had to learn to study. When
you here in the second quarter, Momo, Jordan James with an excellent first quarter running the ball. Pleasant, I'm sure, anxious to get going here. He's going to get the ball right off the bat and make a move. Here comes Pleasant. He's only going to get 4. I thought he was going to get more. Make it 5.
That was a really great-looking 4-yard run there.
And we have a flag way down the field on the 46-yard line of Baylor. I didn't see that, Shannon.
I didn't either.
Literally 20 yards beyond the ball where the ball was stopped. See what we've got here. Sideline warning against Baylor. So they'll pick that up, give them a warning, and move on. BA's quickly to the line. And they're going to penalize them.
They sure
They
are.
must have warned them earlier.
Wow, okay. We
This
missed
is a
the first one.
15-yarder.
Sure did. We missed the first one then.
15-yard penalty against Baylor.
Well,
their get-back coach is getting on them now, though. I can see that.
Get back coach is getting in trouble. from somebody. So big play there for BA as they're now nearing midfield.
That's the last thing Baylor needed to do was help BA out.
Absolutely. Wade Williams trying to draw him off sides before he gets the play from the sideline. Williams having an outstanding year this year, Shannon, his first year as a starter in the varsity.
He sure is. He's improved from week to week. I mean, it's been great.
And there he is.
Oh,
Curtis,
that's nice.
down the seam. Boy, that's a beautiful pass.
That's a great pass and catch.
We could see it opening up perfect. Great route by Curtis.
That's a great thing about being at this vantage point. You can see the play open up.
So Curtis runs a great route. Williams puts it right on the money and another big gain. Give him about 20 yards on that pass completion. Make it 25. Why not? And Pleasant just won't go down. You're going to have to take several people. He finally wrestled down after he gets 11 yards for another BA first down.
Tamario's not having to tackle for loss. He ain't got time for that.
He runs like he's about 210 pounds, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Very determined back. Great senior.
We're going to miss him next year for sure.
Of course, Momo's happy to get more carries and some other good running backs.
Oh, yeah.
Russell Holbrook, and I'm going to leave somebody out. We've got some other good young ones that are excited about more opportunity, I'm sure. But, yeah, Pleasant has had a great career. Hopefully he's got many more games left in him. And Williams pulls it. He's got room. The speedster gets down about a gain of about 7.
I think
wrestled out of bounds.
We could hear the coaches to our left on that one saying pull it.
Pull it.
And right at the moment Wade did it. I mean, that was a great play.
Well, it's like a wrestling match down there between Tamario and Wade Williams.
2nd down and 3.
I'd rather have it that way than the ball just dropping there.
No kidding.
But it is kind of funny at times to watch.
BA's driving again.
So BA well into the red zone inside the 10-yard line. Comes some pressure from Baylor up the middle, and Williams is going to run into some problems down there about the 8-yard line. They mark it at the 9, actually.
Maybe a yard on that one?
Yeah, actually just outside the 8. So 3rd and about 3.
Short of the first down.
3rd and right at 3.
Ball's now spotted at about the 9. 3rd down and 3.
So BA doesn't get it. They could elect to work on the field goal unit. They could elect to go for it. Hopefully we won't find out. We will find out. Williams with some speed, not going to be able to get away though. Too much pressure.
Yeah, I think they'll end up kicking this one.
So now it's going to be 3rd and about 12 yards to go, and we will see Paxton Perry, I do believe. Check that.
So that'll bring up a 4th down for the Eagles.
Reuben Duncan on to attempt the field goal. Duncan out of the hold of Wade Williams, and Cole Lineberger set the snap. It'll be a 34-yard attempt.
The field goal.
Snap is down, and it's blocked. It's off of Baylor's hands. He's going to pick it up and be in trouble down there. So Baylor with the block, and now they take over inside the their own 15-yard line.
Time for the defense to step up again.
So opportunity coming for BA on the defensive side. 9:40 left, 2nd quarter. BA comes up empty. But the score, BA 15, Baylor 0. Baylor onto the field ready to go. Osterly into the lineup for the Eagles at right tackle. Curtis looks like he might come. And we have a timeout, do we? Baylor.
Yep.
So timeout, Red Raiders. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It was funny my freshman year getting here and taking classes and talking to a lot of my friends at school here. I mean, this is a good private school that's pretty tough to get into. Talking to my friends, and they were having such a tough time. You know, for me, I was doing the exact same thing I was doing in high school, and I was getting straight A's easy. I mean, I got a 4.0 my first semester without even really having to try much, and it was because BA prepared me so well. The classes at BA teach you to study. And it was a really good head start because my friends here had to learn to study when they got here, and that's a big learning curve.
I came to BA in 6th grade, started middle school. My dad just said, hey, let's go look at BA. So I shadowed, and it was just the best experience. And from then I just knew, man, this is where I'm going to be till high school. Mother asked, is this a Christian school or not? Mr. Brown said, no, it's not. A school's not Christian. The people there are. So just for everybody to be always just encouraging you and to motivate you to get better every day. God is here. God is present in your lives, in your heart, in this building. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. So it makes me happy to come here and know.
Back to action here in Chattanooga. BA playing Baylor. Not Knox Catholic. That was last week. We'll get that fixed. 1st and 10 from the 13 for the Red Raiders. And there goes White again running. And oh my goodness, takes a shot. Guessing the basketball coach cringes every time he sees that.
I'm guessing he doesn't want to take a lot of those.
We do have some first quarter statistics that will get worked in here. Shannon will update us on some of those interesting facts.
Gain of about 4 for Baylor.
Well, first downs were pretty even, 3-1, BA over Baylor.
A little deceiving.
It is deceiving. BA had 8 rushing attempts for 40 yards, and Baylor had 9 rushing attempts for 12 yards. BA with 19 passing yards, Baylor with 15. Obviously we know what the score is, 15-0 after the first quarter.
The only stat that really matters. And White again on the move. This time he's got some room, and he's close to a first down. Stacy brings him down. He's right at the sticks.
Yeah, he got a good spot on that. I think they're going to give it to him.
I think he wrestled him down, and it looked like where he ended up is where they put it. First down, Baylor.
Get credit for the roll on that one.
That's right. The 23-yard line. So BA was a little not quite as much momentum now as they had there in that first quarter. Let an opportunity really get away that last drive. Comes White again. Not as much room this time.
Gabriel Stulz carries.
Taken down by. Get my roster out. We don't have anything to put our roster on, so y'all be patient. Looked like Caleb Brooks
and others.
might have been the first one there, and as the PA announcer said, and others.
2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7.
Baylor definitely likes the quarterback draw, the quarterback run, that sort of thing.
It's almost a surprise when he hands off.
Yeah, it's been the only positive play they've had so far.
So Baylor not able to really connect on any passes so far that I can recall, maybe one pass. And they're going to run White again, and he's going to be thrown backwards.
Right on the keeper.
Curtis wisely let go right in front of the referee. I know he really wanted to put him on the ground.
It's going to be 3rd and about 4.
But that would have been 15 yards if he'd done that. So good job by Curtis letting go there when they heard the whistle. So 3rd and 4 for the Raiders.
So that brings up a 3rd down for Baylor. 3rd down and a long 4.
So Baylor, I think, with 1 first down in the first quarter and 1 on this drive previously. Let's see if they can pick up a 3rd when BA wants to get the ball back and get that offense back on the field. And Baylor with 2 wide on this side and stack formation. From the shotgun, it's White. Will he run it? He'll run it. And he'll be short.
He sure will be.
4th down.
He's a good 2 yards short, it looks like.
So if you're scouting Baylor,
Key,
what's your scouting report?
Key on the quarterback.
Line for Brentwood Academy.
They're going to go for it, it looks like. Probably try to draw us off sides for one thing.
So Baylor down 15-0 midway through the second quarter. Acts like they're going to go for it. Let's see if they try to make a jump. There's not a play clock here, so I have no idea how close we're getting to the end of the play clock.
I would not be surprised if this is just a ploy to try to get VA to jump off sides.
It looks like their coach is walking over to possibly call timeout. Yep, just called timeout. So
Baylor will call timeout.
So timeout Baylor, and they will probably send in their punt team.
Came to BA in 6th grade, started middle school. My dad just said, hey, let's go look at VA. So I shadowed, and it was just the best experience. And from then I just knew, man, this is where I'm going to be till high school. Mother asked, is this a Christian school or not? Mr. Brown said, no, it's not. A school's not Christian. The people there are. So just for everybody to be always just encouraging you and to motivate you to get better every day. God is here. God is present in your lives, in your heart, in this building. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. So it makes me happy to come here and know God is here.
Points as they won 28-6 to advance to their third straight state championship. The McCauley will come in with a lot of hope and a lot of offense.
Right.
Shannon, they typically can score a lot of points in most situations. Usually have some trouble stopping people.
Should be a great game.
Kind of the opposite of this Baylor team. So the Red Raiders in punt formation, and they will punt. Pretty normal looking punt.
Yeah, going to field this one.
So Anur gets a chance. He's got some room.
Yeah, he's made the most of it.
Oh,
great return.
Pulled backwards about the 45-yard line.
That's a great return.
Good return by Anur. That always scares me when they pull him backwards, especially on artificial turf.
That's probably why they hadn't kicked to him earlier.
Well, I'm not sure he's been able to kick to him. He had one block, one spiral out of bounds.
Hey, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I thought that was maybe planned, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, maybe it was planned. I don't know, but that would be a good decision. Anur, of course, took one to the house last week and is capable of doing that on any given punt. So the Eagles quickly out over the ball.
No back in the backfield again. We are trying some different stuff.
So Curtis in that H-back spot. Here comes Owens in motion. Going to fake a jet sweep. Going to try to get Williams some room. And Williams gets about 7 or 8 yards. Doesn't look like the timing on the jet sweep is exactly right, Shannon.
Not exactly. You could tell on that play how quick Wade is, though, compared to the Baylor quarterback.
Yeah.
He's done a good job, but Wade is just so much quicker.
Of course, Williams, a member of the 4x100 track team last year, and I'm sure will be this year. So the handoff goes.
Pleasant. Oh.
Pleasant with a nice hole. Good block out there by Colin Taylor.
He gets a first down.
It just looks effortless for Tamario.
And that's just a lot of good running room there.
He hits cruise control. I mean, he looks like he's just gliding. I do like having a back in the backfield, though.
No doubt. So Pleasant back there with him. He's going to get the ball again. Uses his eyes, finds a hole, and drives forward for right out of first down.
Thomas Latimer on the tackle for Baylor.
It's going to be second and less than a yard here.
Second and 1.
Pleasant slips and falls for a loss of right at 1 or 2.
Turf monster guy.
Tried to cut back there, saw the hole, and couldn't get back up in there. Baylor with a nice job, and now third and about 2. And BA, once again, down here near the red zone, needs to cash in on this again. Big opportunity lost on the last drive. And Baylor crowding the line of scrimmage.
Looks like they're coming after him.
Trying to bring everybody.
One-on-one coverage on the wideouts. I wonder what we'll do.
Pleasant coming over to try to help out. Williams is going to run it. He's going to be stopped short, though. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, it's 4-down territory, I think, here, though. Too far for a field goal, no point in punting. Especially with your defense, just killing it like they have been.
It's about 1.5 yards, and in come the heavyweights. Big Gore is going to line up in the backfield, hoping to get his hands on the ball again, I'm sure.
So Brentwood Academy lines up to go for it in the refrigerator formation.
PA announcer said the refrigerator formation, and Big Gore tried to bounce it. They had the ball taken from him. Pleasant trying to chase down the Baylor player. He's not going to get it.
No, Baylor's going to score.
It's a big play by Baylor defense. Their offense has trouble scoring, and the defense gets them on the board.
That's crazy. Crazy play. And, Gore had fought, and I think he had the first down.
Gore actually would have had room for the first down, but ball is just pulled away. Gore, we joke, former tailback, and he was a good tailback, but obviously doesn't spend a lot of time working on the tailback and carrying the ball these days, but he's been very successful. That one will be a reality check for him to protect the football.
What about forward progress? I mean, was that stopped or not?
Didn't hear it. Well, I didn't hear a whistle.
I didn't hear it, but I thought.
Not sure
maybe.
It shouldn't have been. It probably should have been a whistle. So Baylor on the board, trying to make it an 8-point game. Kick is up. It's good. And the lead is Brentwood Academy 15, Baylor 7.
Those points, unfortunately, are not against the defense, but it's going to show up in the box score anyway. While we got a break, I want to mention one of our sponsors, Dr. Scott Arthur, Brentwood Academy's team physician from the Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee. It's a different name, same great care since 1979. Visit them at boneandjointtn.org. That's Dr. Scott Arthur. Thank you very much for his sponsorship and for taking such great care of our BA athletes.
All right, Shannon, thank you. So everything going BA's way there. And then that happened. So BA with an opportunity on the previous drive down inside the 10-yard line, not able to convert with a blocked field goal. And then this drive all the way down to, was it about the 20-yard line, 25-yard line?
I think about the 25.
Fourth down play. Big Gore stretching it for a first down and had the ball taken out of his hands. And Baylor, a team that struggles to score on offense, gets a defensive touchdown, which would be critical for their formula to succeed tonight. The kick will go deep into the end zone.
Wow.
Actually, might have clipped the upright.
Well, their kickoff guy doesn't look anything like their punter, that's for sure.
No.
That was huge.
So 2:39 left. BA with the ball on their own 20. Pretty big drive here, Shannon. I mean, there's no momentum on the BA sideline right now.
2 minutes, like you said, 2:39. BA with the football. You'd like to just run the clock out and score a touchdown here going into halftime. That's obviously the thing you want to do. We'll see if BA can get it done. Of course, I'd also take a one-play 80-yard drive, too, and let our defense try to get the ball back. Either way.
So the freshman James back in the game beside Williams. 4 wide receiver set. And Williams throws it to Anur, one of his playmakers. Anur gets it out for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Got to love getting the ball to him in space, don't you, Shannon?
Right. Yeah, he's very elusive. Pretty electric with the ball in his hands.
He's a guy who can take it the distance. Nice tackle by Baylor to hold him to, well, actually looks like 4.5 yards.
Yeah.
Call it 2nd and 6. Williams again.
Same play.
Same play. About 3 or 4 more yards.
Spurrier-esque there, running the same play back to back.
Look at that mark.
Wow, that's terrible.
That's a really poor mark.
Yeah, that is bad.
Marks at the 27.
We are in Chattanooga, though.
Wow. It looked like he was between the 28 and 29.
He was off a yard and a half on that block.
Third down. And
So BA with another third down conversion opportunity, 3rd and 3. Baylor fans making some noise. You might can hear them right below us. And there has been more people. It was like a late arriving crowd.
Yeah, they're filling in a little bit.
Williams is going to give it to James.
Oh, wow.
James
There we
goes
go.
through there.
There we go. Oh.
The freshman all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Man, I wish he could have shaken that tackle. We could have seen some speed there. He's got it.
Great job by the offensive line there. What a fantastic hole. It's nice to be able to, on 3rd and 3, turn around and hand it to your tailback.
No doubt. That's what I like to call a crowd quietener, because it's definitely quiet in here now.
Fantastic job by the offensive line and James. And there goes James again. He's got some more room.
Wow.
Great job holding his balance. It's another Eagles first down.
That's when you know the future's bright with that guy.
It's another first down for Brentwood Academy.
Good balance on that play.
So first down at the Red Raider 43, and BA is moving as the clock is about to hit the 1 minute mark before halftime.
Hey, Baylor's 3-man band is playing during the play. I'm not sure if that's kosher.
I didn't think it was legal, but apparently it doesn't matter. Bad
Oh, my
snap
goodness.
there.
Second.
Williams going to have to just drop on it.
That killed their last drive. Well, no, take that back. It's
Drive before last.
2 drives ago. Sure did.
So Williams does the thing you're supposed to do, and BA is going to use their first time. Actually, Baylor, Eagles, once he makes up his mind, are going to use their first timeout. BA with 2 more timeouts left. They'll have it second and about 18, second and about 18 when we come back.
18, 20, something like that.
60-second break. We'll be right back.
One of the great things about Brentwood Academy is having that smaller class size, because it's no longer a lecture and it's more of just a conversation.
The relationships that we're able to build with students are obviously incredibly important. As students try to get into college and there's more pressure to get into college and college costs more and all of this stuff, as all of that happens, they have a lot of pressure on them and sometimes they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to in that. I'm thankful that we are able to build those relationships here to say, hey, if the bottom starts to fall out, come talk to us.
And in that process of being in each other's daily lives and holding each other accountable, as teachers, we hold each other accountable for the level of instruction that we give every day. And as teachers, we hold the students accountable for...
Did block a field goal attempt.
Sure. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So Williams in an empty backfield. He's going to run it. Not a lot of room. It's going to bring up 3rd and, long 12, short 13, however you like to look at it. Glass half full, glass half empty.
BA is going to pass the ball this time. If they make it, great. If not, I assume they'll punt.
Clock running down inside 30 seconds. BA with 2 timeouts left. Williams looking downfield. He's going to air it out. See if he can make a play. He doesn't. It's incomplete. Good idea there, don't you think,
Sure,
Shannon?
yeah, why not? I mean, you've only got 20 seconds to go.
Gives a newer a chance. It was good coverage, but gives a newer a chance to make a play.
And if it's picked off, I mean, you're not that bad off.
And with 18 seconds left, BA might go for it, even though it's 4th and 12.
All right.
Baylor's not a huge threat. Now, Williams may step back and kick it, as we've seen earlier.
Oh, that's true.
But
I kind of hope we go for it.
Yeah, Baylor not.
I'm in the mood to gamble.
Just do it. I just got back from Las Vegas. I didn't lose a penny.
Well, good for you, Chris.
Somebody said you have to actually play in order to win or lose, so I think that was my biggest problem.
Eagle offense remains on the field with 18 seconds remaining.
So timeout Brentwood Academy to try to decide what they want to do, I do believe. Yep. Timeout Eagles.
One of the great things about Brentwood Academy is having that smaller class size, because it's no longer a lecture and it's more of just a conversation.
The relationships that we're able to build with students are obviously incredibly important. As students try to get into college and there's more pressure to get into college and college costs more and all of this stuff, as all of that happens, they have a lot of pressure on them and sometimes they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to in that. I'm thankful that we are able to build those relationships here to say, hey, if the bottom starts to fall out, come talk to us.
And in that process of being in each other's daily lives and holding each other accountable, As teachers, we hold each other accountable for the level of instruction that we give every day. And as teachers, we hold the students accountable for, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to change. I'm going to love you today if you make a bad choice or a good choice. And that's going to be different tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. And of course, the only way we can do that is because
Fourth down, Eagles act like they're going to be going for it.
That's a quick kick, Chris. You called it.
So BA plays it safe. Didn't want to risk a block.
Wow.
And not able to down it. But meanwhile, there's only 9 seconds left.
It was almost perfect.
So Baylor will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20 with 9 seconds remaining in the half.
So 9 seconds remaining until halftime. Baylor on their own 20. Baylor has to feel really good going into the locker room.
They sure
don't
do.
Shannon?
They've been completely outplayed, and you look on the scoreboard, and they're only down by 1 possession.
Red Raiders in a safe formation appear to be taking a knee to end this first half. And they do.
Yep.
So it's halftime in Chattanooga. Your score.
We would say that the teachers, the coaches, faculty are world class at Brentwood Academy. We can't imagine having a better experience in meeting our daughter's needs. It's how she's pushed spiritually. It's how she's pushed to compete in sports that she wouldn't do otherwise, and she's loving it. Whenever we were looking at Brentwood Academy, we looked at other schools and said, you know, it's probably unlikely, but our daughter could just go to school, take classes, and come home. You can't do that at Brentwood Academy, and that was a big selling point for us. We're not parents that want to sit back and have life be easy street for our daughters. We want them to be pushed to excel, to get outside their comfort zone, and we saw an environment in Brentwood Academy where that was absolutely going to happen.
One of the great things about Brentwood Academy is having that smaller class size, because it's no longer a lecture and it's more of just a conversation.
The relationships that we're able to build with students are obviously incredibly important. As students try to get into college and there's more pressure to get into college and college costs more and all of this stuff, as all of that happens, they have a lot of pressure on them and sometimes they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to in that. I'm thankful that we are able to build those relationships here to say, hey, if the bottom starts to fall out, come talk to us.
And in that process of being in each other's daily lives and holding each other accountable, as teachers, we hold each other accountable for the level of instruction that we give every day. And as teachers, we hold the students accountable for, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to change. I'm going to love you today if you make a bad choice or a good choice. And that's going to be different tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. And of course, the only way we can do that is because of that's the grace and peace that Christ gives to us.
One of the great things about Brentwood Academy is having that smaller class size because it's no longer a lecture and it's more of just a conversation.
The relationships that we're able to build with students are obviously incredibly important. As students try to get into college and there's more pressure to get into college and college costs more and all of this stuff, as all of that happens, they have a lot of pressure on them and sometimes they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to in that. I'm thankful that we are able to build those relationships here to say, hey, if the bottom starts to fall out, come talk to us.
And in that process of being in each other's daily lives and holding each other accountable, as teachers, we hold each other accountable for the level of instruction that we give every day. And as teachers, we hold the students accountable for, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to change. I'm going to love you today if you make a bad choice or a good choice. And that's going to be different tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. And of course, the only way we can do that is because of that's the grace and peace that Christ gives to us.
We would say that the teachers, the coaches, faculty are world class at Brentwood Academy. We can't imagine having a better experience in meeting our daughter's needs. It's how she's pushed spiritually. It's how she's pushed to compete in sports that she wouldn't do otherwise, and she's loving it. Whenever we were looking at Brentwood Academy, we looked at other schools and said, it's probably unlikely, but our daughter could just go to school, take classes, and come home. You can't do that at Brentwood Academy. Mm-hmm. And that was a big selling point for us. We're not parents that want to sit back and have life be easy street for our daughters. We want them to be pushed to excel, to get outside their comfort zone. And we saw an environment in Brentwood Academy where that was absolutely going to happen.
I came to BA in 6th grade, started middle school. My dad just said, hey, let's go look at BA. So I shadowed, and it was just the best experience. And from then I just knew, man, this is where I'm going to be till high school. Mother asked, is this a Christian school or not? Mr. Brown said, no, it's not. A school's not Christian. The people there are. So just for everybody to be always just encouraging you and to motivate you to get better every day. God is here. God is present in your lives, in your heart, in this building. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. So it makes me happy to come here and know God is here.
It was funny my freshman year getting here and taking classes and talking to a lot of my friends at school here. I mean, this is a good private school that's pretty tough to get.
Halftime almost over here in Chattanooga. BA clinging to a 15-7 lead, and 1:21 left till the end of halftime. Shannon, tell us about the Bone and Joint Institute.
Yeah, Chris, for those of our fans who are just joining us at halftime, I do want to give a thanks again to Dr. Scott Arthur. He's Brentwood Academy's team physician from the Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee. It's a different name, same great care since 1979. Please visit them at boneandjointtn.org. Thank you so much to Dr. Scott Arthur for his sponsorship and his dedication to BA, and for taking care of all our great athletes.
What a great service that BA provides, and through the help of sponsors like the Bone and Joint Institute of Tennessee, so that you can be anywhere in the world with your phone, laptop, iPad, whatever you got, and you can watch the game for free.
Exactly. I think even if you're still on dial-up, you could probably watch it.
You might could. I'm going to get to a couple of scores of interest to some people. Second quarter, Independence 14, Brentwood 3. Franklin 14, Centennial nothing. Ravenwood 14, Dixon County nothing. Innsworth 7, Father Ryan nothing. And the last score I had, and it may be an old one, CPA 14, Lipscomb Academy 7.
So no blowouts tonight, including here. It's a little tighter than I thought it would be, Chris.
So BA races out to a 15-0 lead and really couldn't do anything wrong. And then really, we talked about it earlier, some self-inflicted wounds and missed opportunities. And before you know it, Baylor finds a way to score a touchdown on defense.
Right.
And it's 15-7 as we enter the third quarter. So would have been interested to hear how the halftime went.
Well, BA gets the ball back here in the second half, and I look for them to put together a drive here for a score.
Prepares to kick off for Baylor. Back to receive.
So the Eagles get first crack at it.
I don't guess Baylor tries an onside here, try to trick us up, do they?
Well, I think that'd be a good move. We watched this kicker, though, and he could flat out kick it to the soccer stadium from here, I think. And he decided to do that. Show off that big leg.
We got two big legs here tonight.
That's
Cameron
true.
Hawkins for BA. I don't, unless he, has tried to pop it up, he's pretty much dead on in the end zone.
So BA gets the ball out on the 20.
Baylor looks like they're feeling a little bit. I think BA needs to put a drive together here. Dancing around out there.
So can the Eagles send a message here early like they did to start the game?
It's like James is starting at tailback again.
So Jordan James gets the first carry, tripped up, spinning,
nice,
moving, driving, and rambling for about 10 yards.
That's just a good, solid run. Just a good run.
Talented freshman.
He's good with that spin move, I've noticed.
He really is. He likes that, and Tamario is too. Maybe that's just something they do at BA.
Must be.
So first down, gain of 10.5 yards. Jordan James. And Williams has him to his left right now. 3 wide there to the right side. Eagles trying to score, hadn't scored since the first quarter. James with a little room, but closed up quick.
Sure did.
Errant snap. It looked like Shannon kind of messed up the timing of the snap.
A little bit. There was a hole there, but Baylor's defense did a good job recovering.
So no gain there.
Billy Brooks into the game.
Billy Brooks into the game. Of course, Eli Sutton missed last week's game with pneumonia, but he's back out there tonight on that offensive line. Brooks in motion.
He's got him. Oh, he's going to try somebody else.
He's got him open.
Nice.
What a pass.
Nice.
Beautiful throw by Williams. Hits Tyra Newer for a first down, Eagles.
It's a great start to the drive.
Nice job by Williams. A lot of things going on there.
Sure was.
We got a fake jet sweep, and then back to the other side. Williams rolling to his right, finds a Newer wide open. Excellent pass there on the move. So BA with consecutive first downs And they have it on their own 41, 1st and 10. It's James again.
Another
move in the backfield. Oh, my goodness.
He's got 10.
Right at the stick.
Going to depend on the spot, but I think he should have a 1st down unless they give him a bad spot on this one.
And what do you think happened?
I think they did.
So it'll be 2nd and short.
I think he's going to be short by about 6 inches.
They might measure it just for giggles, but he's short. But what a move. There was a defender in the backfield, Shannon, who made contact with him. He spun out of that, got through the rest of the hole that was there, and just running tough. Both running backs running very hard.
We have a couple of backs who rarely get tackled by the first guy.
Well, let's see if your play-by-play tonight, Mr. Magoo, gets it right. I think he's short.
I think he is too, by about 6 inches from the spot. I mean, I honestly, I think he had the 1st down.
He did have the 1st down.
So it will be 2nd down.
But he doesn't have the 1st down, so.
So it's 2nd and 6. Do you throw the long ball here? Do you air it out? Or do you just pound it?
You know, at this point, I think they're just trying to get more points on the board. I'm not give Baylor any hope. So
yeah,
a lot of success running the ball, but also nice pass by Williams earlier too.
If you're going to throw a deep one though, here's where you do it: midfield, 2nd and less than a yard. Of course, Baylor probably understands that too.
Snap is a good one, and there goes Pleasant. He's got room.
Oh yeah.
Pleasant back to the middle, cutting back to the outside. One player to beat. And he's going to get him down inside the 10 where it'll be 1st and goal, Eagles.
Like I said, Chris, the play here is a run, right?
Yeah, that's what you've been saying the whole time.
I mean, I called that.
You have to be crazy not to run the ball. So I make it the 8-yard line. Big explosive play by Pleasant, who came into the game.
Well, we had one drive that got down to about this point and kind of stalled out. So let's see if BA can convert on this one.
I'm sure the Eagles heard a lot about finishing drives at halftime, I would think.
Flag on the play.
Procedure against the Eagles. We'll back it up to the 13-yard line, so make it 1st and goal from the 13 now.
Eagles are kind of shooting themselves in the foot down here in the red zone. Both halves, really. See if we can overcome this one.
Yeah, see if they can overcome it.
Still goal to go.
As you said, BA's been down here a couple of times in the 2nd quarter, came away with no points. Let's see if the Eagles can change that here. Probably get the first half stats soon. Pass those along to you when we get them.
I bet our man Scott Holmes is on it.
Working from down the road in Auburn.
Wow, didn't look like he was ready for the snap.
Pleasant trying to get to the corner, not going to get there.
Going to go for about a yard, maybe.
Got a yard, as you said. Something didn't look right. Looked like the ball might have gotten there before everybody was kind of ready to go. But
Wade did a good job handling that. I don't think he was ready for the snap.
Well, they've marked it at 13, no gain. So maybe they should just let us spot it from up here.
Sounds good to me.
So no real gain in the forward direction. 2nd down and goal.
So Baylor really stacking it up, daring BA to throw the ball. And they're going
to,
and he's open. Give it to him. Touchdown, Eagles. Williams to Noor.
Hey, challenge accepted.
And he was wide open, and Williams didn't miss him.
Touchdown, BA.
So BA gets back on the board here in the 3rd quarter. Pushes the lead to 21-7, pending the point after. And see if BA chooses to go for 2 again, or and I'm going to watch this time.
No, I think you got to kick this one, right? Make
it
a three possession game.
Technically, I guess still a 2-possession game.
Well, you're right, Chris, but you're the expert.
Yeah, exactly. So Paxton Perry in. Williams to hold, Lineberger to snap. Perry settles in. Snap is down. The kick is up, and it's good.
Beautiful kick.
So BA strikes first again here in the 2nd half.
Exactly what you needed to start the 2nd half.
And with 8:36 left in the 3rd quarter.
We would say that the teachers, the coaches, faculty are world class at Brentwood Academy. We can't imagine having a better experience in meeting our daughter's needs. It's how she's pushed spiritually. It's how she's pushed to compete in sports that she wouldn't do otherwise, and she's loving it. Whenever we were looking at Brentwood Academy, we looked at other schools and said, you know, it's probably unlikely, but our daughter could just go to school, take classes, and come home. You can't do that at Brentwood Academy, and that was a big selling point for us. We're not parents that want to sit back and have life be easy street for our daughters. We want them to be pushed to excel, to get outside their comfort zone, and we saw an environment in Brentwood Academy where that was absolutely going to happen.
Hawkins set to kick off. This one's going to be a little bit
No,
short by his standards.
Sure.
This kick will go in the
It's still a
end zone.
touchback.
Yeah, nice air under that one, though.
So Baylor will have it first and 10
So
at their own
Hawkins
20.
puts him on the 20 again. So BA's defense gets on the field for the first time the second half.
BA's defense has dominated so far. That lone touchdown, obviously, for those who were with us in the first half, was not on the defense.
Baylor's most successful play has been the quarterback keeper, and maybe their least successful play. I don't know. They've run it a lot.
They sure have.
Lorenzo White, the two-sport athlete, the basketball player, drops back. Throws the ball, and it's picked. It's Anur, and he's still down. He's still on his feet. He wants to get in. Hold on to that ball.
Oh, he lost it.
Oh, goodness.
Lorenzo's by White's pass.
So Anur intercepts the ball.
May have given it back, though.
Struggled.
No, we got it. We got it.
BA gets
we
it
got
back.
Chris.
BA with Anur trying to get in the end zone. Loses the ball, but his teammate collects it, and
Sure did.
the Eagles are all set. First down at the 13. So Baylor, one play, one turnover, and that might be why they don't pass more.
Looked like 7 came up with the ball, and I'm bad with names
That'd be
and
Grant
numbers.
Stacy,
I believe Grant had the ball there. Good job by him.
and if he didn't, it's Shannon's fault. So anyway, great job by the Eagles, and to score here would be just a huge lift.
Most things are my fault. Just ask my wife.
Eagles with great field position. First down to the 13. Jordan James in the backfield beside Williams. Two tight end front. And they're going to give it to James. They're going to run the ball. James with some room all the way down inside the 5, near the 4, where it'll be second and goal from just inside the 5-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Chris. I mean, our backs, they just don't get stopped by that first guy. It's good blocking, but still, I mean, you make the first guy miss, and it's positive yardage.
And they moved the ball back to the 5. But BA really depended on the run last year as well, even with the great wide receiver core and they had so many weapons all over the field and really ran the ball a lot last year. And James goes down inside the 2.
That's going to be first and goal. They can't mark that one far enough back to make it third down.
So first and goal, Eagles. Great job by the offensive line. You know, BA's a little deceptive because they like to spread everybody out and all that, and you think it's going to be some kind of air show, but really they just spread everybody out and run. And
right.
Even though they have the ability to throw downfield, they don't do it that much.
Well,
So why would you?
They haven't had to.
And Williams is
He's
going to get into the end zone for a touchdown.
Great fake.
So Williams cashes it in. The turnover, the interception by Noor. And with 7:32 left in the third quarter, BA extends its lead.
Second half has started to be started out a lot like the first half did. Let's hope we can maintain this.
Be interesting to see if BA can maintain this level of success. 28-7 with a point after upcoming. And they will bring in Paxton Perry, I believe. Lineberger. Actually, it's Duncan. Reuben Duncan. Ball is blocked. No good.
No good.
So your score with 7:32 left in the third quarter. It's Brentwood Academy 28, Baylor 7. We have the stats from the first half. Take it, Shannon.
There we go. First downs. Looks like, let me get this right here because I don't see the team. Looks like BA with 12 first downs. to Baylor's 2. I mean, that just shows how much the defense has been dominating. Rushes, BA 28 rushes for 176 yards in the first half. Meanwhile, Baylor 15 rushes for 7 yards. Passing yards, we've got 73 to Baylor's 15. So Baylor has a total of 22 yards, which is why that 7 points on the scoreboard is really deceptive. BA's run 38 plays for a total of 249 yards for 6.6 yards per play. Baylor, on the other hand, has 19 plays for 22 yards, 1.2 yards per play. The defense for BA has really, really dominated.
So 22 total yards for the Red Raiders so far. A score of interest before the kickoff. It's halftime in Nashville. Father Ryan 7, Innsworth 7.
Good tight ball game there.
So Hawkins leaves this one at the 2. But they're still going to start on the 20.
Sure are. I really think maybe he booted that one up. I think it's just to get the kick return some action.
So good hang time on the kick, did not get into the end zone.
So besides Scott Holmes, who's watching tonight? Connor Woodley watching tonight, or has he got other
Connor
things
Woodley,
going?
I hope he's watching. Connor, can't wait to see you, buddy, next weekend.
I'm pretty sure Maddie Barnhill, my daughter's watching.
Happy birthday,
I
Maddie.
think she's in her study group, as always, on Friday night, but they probably got it on. Yeah, happy birthday, Maddie.
Red Raiders with the ball just outside the 20. First down. White is going to hand
it
off.
off. That didn't go
and
well.
Gore buries him.
Yeah, they probably should have run that quarterback draw again.
Thomas Gore. Now, how would you like to receive the handoff and see him standing there waiting for you?
That's no fun.
Forward progress is to
I don't think that's what these guys signed up for when they signed up for football.
So total yards for Baylor goes from 22 to 21 after that play.
Second and 11.
Goodness. So Red Raiders struggling for offense, as we talked about at length earlier, if you weren't with us. Good defensive team. Trouble scoring points. The defense got the 7 points they got in this game on a turnover. And they're going to try it again. It's not going to work again.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Total yards back to 22.
Actually, they gave him a yard on that, I think.
Yeah.
No,
So
never mind. Yard marker guy's off. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So
we're back to the original line of scrimmage.
And the PA announcer right on cue. 3rd and 10, Raiders. And they need a first down. They need a lot more than a first down as we near the 6-minute mark. Eagles defense playing a fantastic game so far. Great interception by Noor just a few minutes ago. And Baylor getting no traction with this offense. I think they're sitting at about 3 first downs for the game. Am I right, Shannon?
I think they're still at 2, Chris.
Are they?
I think so.
So 3rd and 10, Eagles bringing pressure. Here it comes, and White
got it.
escapes, and he's got a chance for a first down, and he's got it.
Yep.
So BA dials up the pressure, and it backfires on him with White, who has run the ball numerous times tonight. Finds some daylight and gets it out to the 37-yard line.
Yep. It's one of those things, you know, you got pressure up the field and just a little alley, and he took advantage of it.
So White, Baylor's biggest offensive weapon.
3rd first down for Baylor.
So White with one back in the backfield, runner in motion. Actually, what's White in motion? They're in the Wildcat, and they're going to run it up the middle, and that might not be. Looks a little more powerful than White running up the middle.
It sure did. 8 yards on that one.
So one of the biggest gains of the night for the Red Raiders. And we don't have their roster, so the only one we know is Lorenzo White, the quarterback. The only one I know. And a good basketball player as well. 4.5 to go. 3rd quarter, Eagles 28, Raiders 7. BA trying to win number 24 in a row and go to 7-0 on the season. 3-0 in the region. 2nd and 2. There's a snap.
Yeah,
Stacy with some penetration, but not able to get to him, and they got a first down.
Better job on defense on that one, but did manage to get the first down. That's 4th first down. So they're rolling now.
So Baylor has doubled their first down totals.
Sure have.
With this Wildcat formation. I think they may have found something there, and not sure time will allow for them to go the whole game like this, but it might keep it closer. We'll see what adjustments the Eagles make to this Wildcat formation that's gotten them about 20 yards, I guess.
Gabriel Stolz carries.
And that time stacked up after a gain of about 3.
Martin gets across midfield.
Stolz is running hard, but BA bottled him up that time.
I have to say, Shannon, BA's looking like they're really the quarterback, the Wildcat, or whatever you want to call him, is obviously running the ball, and BA coming up heavy in run support. I don't know if they've got this in their arsenal, but you know, if you've got somebody that could get open and the kid can throw the ball,
right?
Be interesting to see if they try that. White back at quarterback now, though. 2nd and 7 from the BA 49. White's going to run, and he's not going to get as much.
Lorenzo White carries himself.
It's going to be about 3rd and 5, it looks like.
Elijah Oatsball in on that.
Brought down this time by Grant Stacy.
And maybe Grant Stacy. I know I saw 4 in there. So 3rd and about 5.
A long 5 for Baylor.
And I think we're going to see the Wildcat again. I think I'd probably run that twice.
I think you're right, because they're in 2-down territory. With this score, with this amount of time, you almost have to, unless they have a huge loss here, I think you got to go for it if you're Baylor.
Big 3rd down conversion opportunity for the Raiders. Penetration in the backfield, but the tackle was missed, and here comes some help.
He's going to be short.
He's going to be short. It's going to be 4th and about 2.
Big 4th down coming up.
So 4th down opportunity, BA trying to get off the field after giving up a couple of consecutive first downs. Some good penetration there by the Eagles. Not able to get him down in the backfield. Now look at this spot. The guy on the far end of the field had it at the 44, and now it's at the 43. So it's now 4th and 1 instead of 4th and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy at the far side of the field literally had his foot on the 44-yard line.
We've had some questionable spots tonight, none of which have gone in BA's favor, but that's the way it goes sometimes. While we went on this play, I'm going to ad-lib a little bit because Lulu Clark wants all of the alumni to go to the BA website, click on the alumni tab, and please sign up as an alumni supporter there. You can sign up for job openings.
Came to BA in 6th grade, started middle school. My dad just said, hey, let's go look at BA. So I shadowed, and it was just the best experience. And from then I just knew, man, this is where I'm going to be till high school. Mother asked, is this a Christian school or not? Mr. Brown said, no, it's not. A school's not Christian. The people there are. So just for everybody to be always just encouraging you and to motivate you to get better every day. God is here. God is present in your lives, in your heart, in this building. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. So it makes me happy to come here and know God is here.
It's 4th and 1. Eagles expecting the Wildcat, as everyone I think would be.
For the 4th and 1.
And that's what they're going to get. Number 5 back here at quarterback. BA looking for a run, possibly off tackle. of the quarterback. And that's what they're going to get. And he's going to get a first down.
Gabriel
So
Stoltz carries for the Baylor first down.
crashes through for a first down, and Baylor is on the move with 3 first downs.
Stoltz guy's running hard.
He is running hard.
Like you said, though, I'm not sure that with the time remaining that Baylor can win the game running that play, but sure has been effective so far this drive.
Raiders trail 28-7 with 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Some other scores of interest: Independence 35, Brentwood 10 at the half.
Eagles putting it on the Bruins.
Man in motion for Brentwood. And here comes Stoltz again, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of about 4. Really a lot more than I'm sure the BA coaches want to see there.
Yeah, I think they've obviously found something they like here. It's the only thing that's worked so far tonight.
It's the only thing that's worked. Baylor with 10 seconds left. I'm not sure they can get off another play before the end of the third quarter. Clock down to 5, and they're not even going to try. So we're going to get to the fourth quarter with Brentwood Academy leading 35-7. Back in 60 seconds with the fourth quarter.
One of the great things about Brentwood Academy is having that smaller class size, because it's no longer a lecture and it's more of just a conversation.
The relationships that we're able to build with students are obviously incredibly important. As students try to get into college and there's more pressure to get into college and college costs more and all of this stuff, as all of that happens, they have a lot of pressure on them and sometimes they feel like they don't have anyone to turn to in that. I'm thankful that we are able to build those relationships here to say, hey, if the bottom starts to fall out, come talk to us.
And in that process of being in each other's daily lives and holding each other accountable, as teachers, we hold each other accountable for the level of instruction that we give every day. And as teachers, we hold the students accountable for, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to change. I'm going to love you today if you make a bad choice or a good choice. And that's going to be different tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. And of course, the only way we can do that is because of that's the grace and peace that Christ gives to us.
Second and 1 here.
This drive started at their own 20, did it not?
I think it did.
So
actually, they're still moving the sticks around. This is just crazy.
on a 47-yard drive so far, but it's taken half of a quarter. So
instead of 2nd and 1, it's 2nd and 6. So maybe they have the sticks right. I mean,
maybe.
I'm looking at the sticks. I'm not even looking at the scoreboard. They had it 2nd and 1, and now it's 2nd and 6.
Now
which
they
I
got it
believe is
2nd,
correct.
and the scoreboard says 2nd and 5, so it's somewhere in there.
I think they've got it right now. I didn't think 2nd and 1 sounded right. So will they stick with the Wildcat? Yeah, they are going to stick
they
with
are.
it.
Stoltz is back there.
So pretty vanilla play is working here for Baylor.
Uh-oh.
The ball's on the ground, but he's got time to pick it up and get out to the edge.
Gabriel Stoltz
And he's tackled, but it's a first down.
Well, Baylor's
And
not
that's-
trying to hide anything.
No.
They're just running it.
And really, BA's gotten a lot of penetration at times, but not that time. Ball was on the ground for a second or so while he tried to gather it up, and he still had time to get around the edge. So another first down for Baylor.
10 at the Brentwood Academy 26.
Baylor trying to get within 2 scores here. And Stoltz stays in at quarterback. I bet they wish they'd started the game this way.
No kidding. Yeah, if they could control the ball like this the whole game, it might have been a little closer.
Stoltz with the guard pulling to the left. He's got some room to the left. Gore
Gabriel Stoltz carries
gets him.
behind Noah
Did the ball
Martin.
come loose, Shannon?
Yeah, it
BA
looks like
says it
BA's
did.
got it.
I don't see a beanbag yet, but they're trying to uncover him, and they're not. BA
BA's
says they got it. They do
got
have it. The Eagles with another turnover. And Stoltz gets racked up and drops the ball.
It's our guy Stacy again, is it not?
Here at
Number 7.
So Grant Stacy with his second fumble recovery.
Sure is. One on offense, one on defense. Or
A
actually, I
big
guess
turnover.
they were both on defense. One was after an INT.
So big turnover by the Eagles defense. And Baylor has to be disheartened after that long drive. 10:57 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they moved the ball almost 60 yards on that drive before coughing it up. 58 yards, and it ends in a fumble.
Had a total of 22 up to that point for the game.
That's right.
So BA's offense trots onto the field. Williams wants to go deep, and he's got a man, but Curtis, can he get there? No. Good coverage by Baylor, Shannon.
It was.
Wayne Williams' pass was intended for Devin.
Not a bad pass, just good coverage.
Nice to see BA do that.
Sure.
Everybody here, including myself, expecting a run.
You're not kidding.
Play action to Pleasant, and then not just a play action, but really a, what do we call those, a down, out, and go, or
Sure,
a pump.
yeah.
And
That's just good coverage by Baylor, and because that pass, it was a nice pass.
Excellent
Nice pass.
Williams
Good
with
fake.
some room.
Great
And we
fake.
know he's got wheels. There he goes.
Oh, wow. Great
Back out of
fake.
bounds. Nice angle by the Red Raiders.
That was a nice fake, Chris. Good job by Williams holding on to that ball.
By Riley Jenny.
So Williams.
And hey, guess what? There's a penalty on the play.
No way. Where is it? I don't even see it.
I don't know, but
There is a penalty on the play.
Oh, wow. I guess we'll call holding. I don't know. I didn't see anything obvious
I didn't
from
either.
here, but well, they still hadn't. White Hat has still not made the call. Holding. So back up 10 yards.
spot of the foul call, though, so it's going to be second and it's like just about 10.5 yards to go. Well, back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 after that penalty.
There goes Pleasant looking for some room. He's got some.
He sure
Great
does.
cut back there. Good job using the vision. A little
Oh,
face
wow.
mask not called right in front of the referee. But it's a long run by Pleasant for a first down.
Tamario gets it right back to almost where Wade had it.
About 5 yards shy, I think. 5 or 6. But the Eagles with a big first down.
Great vision by Tamario there.
Found a nice cutback lane and just kept going back that direction. And he has great vision.
Sure does.
Both backs really have excellent vision.
He's pretty well rested for this game. I think that's going to be good for next week. Didn't need him a lot this game, really.
Gets the ball again. Not much room that time.
Again, the ball carrier.
Nice job by the front four of Baylor. We're able to wrestle him down after a gain of about 3.
By Christian Harris. Gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7.
So BA, some teams, Shannon, that'll just go in the freezer when this situation, fourth quarter, big lead. The BA wants more points, and Pleasant's on the loose. Big stiff arm there and driven down inside the 20.
I hate to say it, but there's more flags on the field.
More flags on the play, as Shannon pointed out, and there's 2 or 3 this time, so it must have been something egregious that I missed. That's one of those words that you use, right? Egregious?
Egregious.
Yeah. I think I learned that from you. Anyway, holding on the Eagles declined.
Declined.
Holding. Oh.
Okay.
Well,
one must have been further back than the other.
Yeah. I didn't see a personal foul.
I didn't either.
PA announcer
There's
said
no
personal foul, but he didn't signal a personal foul.
It's wishful thinking, I think. I can tell you right now, it's going to be a struggle for BA to get another score in with the flags flying here.
Well, they are really starting to fly. It's like raining flags.
Sure is.
So the Eagles back up. We'll bring up another second down opportunity. And it was holding, not a personal foul.
Well, here we go again. We're back to the 32.
So that brings
The
it
second
back
19.
to about the 32. So it'll be second down and 19 to go.
Williams still has it. He's looking. He's got some room. Getting a block on the edge. And Williams got some wheels.
Guess what, Chris? No flags on the play.
And I'm counting on you to look for him as I'm
no
watching the ball.
flags on the play. All right?
So Williams sprints out there to his left and gets BA into a doable third down here. Third and about 4.
Third down and maybe 4.
I like that play.
Very good
little
play.
run pass option, maybe?
Nice fake. It
I
could have
mean,
been a little RPO.
I mean, he had a guy out there, pretty good coverage. Good decision by Wade to run it.
So gain of 15. And there goes
Jordan
James crashing up through the middle.
See ya.
He's got one guy to beat. He's not going to be able to get past him down to the 15-yard line.
I don't think that was James.
Momo.
I think that was Pleasant.
Touchdown saving.
You may be right. 5-15. I struggle. It is 5. Give it to Pleasant. My fault to Mario. At least the numbers are close, right?
They are close.
I mean, if Scott Holmes was here, he'd be wearing me out over it. But those numbers are close, 5 and 15.
Scott Holmes is not here.
He's not here.
He's
so.
in the middle of nowhere, Alabama.
That's right. The loveliest village on the plains. So the Eagles in good shape here. First down at the 16, or really just outside the 15, and we've got a whistle and a timeout.
Oh,
Baylor.
Timeout.
So back in 60 seconds.
It was funny my freshman year getting here and taking classes and talking to a lot of my friends at school here. I mean, this is a good private school that's pretty tough to get into. Talking to my friends and they were having such a tough time. You know, for me, I was doing the exact same thing I was doing in high school, and I was getting straight A's easy. I mean, I got a 4.0 my first semester without even really having to try much, and it was because BA prepared me so well. The classes at BA teach you to study, and it was really a good head start because my friends here had to learn to study when they got here, and that's a big learning curve.
So Pleasant rumbles for a huge gain, and the Red Raiders needed a break.
I think BA's already had about 195 yards on this drive.
Yeah,
We've
that's
had
true.
18 penalties, and we just keep overcoming them. So
first down just outside the 15 for the Eagles. Williams with 4 wide. And James,
what a play.
And it's too bad. Tipped and intercepted by the Red Raiders. That was a great play.
Great play by Baylor on that one because it was there.
Yep.
He was there.
It was a touchdown if he gets it through those arms, but nice play by the defense. And Baylor's defense is pretty good, Shannon.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen 2 other region games so far, and I mean, I think their defense is better than the other 2 we've seen.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Even though BA certainly left some points out here already tonight.
Yeah, and part of that, is just like that play. I mean, Baylor made a play, okay? So
and
you got to give them credit.
And the play where they scored,
sure, yeah,
was all Baylor.
Right. Yeah, there'd be another goose egg on the board this week if it weren't for that defensive play.
So Baylor takes over at the 15-yard line, 8:23 left.
They're not in the Wildcat either.
Probably don't have time for the Wildcat at this point, even though it was working a lot better than their normal offense. And that snaps on the ground. They still stick to the ground. Not much of a passing game from the Red Raiders.
I think the last pass attempt was the one that was picked off by Tahir.
Yeah.
Gets about 6 yards for Baylor, 7 yards, call it.
Got to be a little disheartening if you're a Baylor fan. I mean, to know at this point you don't have much chance of mounting a comeback.
Not one of the Baylor's better teams this year, I don't think, by their standards. But always competitive. Phil Massey, been down here a long time. Ball goes through the hands of the quarterback all the way back. White falls on it at the 1.
Lorenzo Harris
They may be back into negative yardage at this point. If it weren't for that last drive, they'd be in negative yardage right now.
So the snap goes right through White's hands, and he's very fortunate to be able to get back there before the BA defenders do. And it's
Still got a good spot, though.
He's still got a whale of a spot. So it's going to bring up 3rd and, help me, 22.
I'll take your word for it.
3rd and 22 and a half.
Don't forget the half.
I won't. So Baylor in trouble here. 7 minutes to go in the football game.
Screen pass coming up here.
I don't know, but I bet he's making sure he catches that snap.
Oh!
Almost a completed pass, but good job by Elijah Oatsfall to break it up.
I think Baylor had some words for our guys out there. And, not sure they want to do that at this point. 28
4th and
to 7.
long, Shannon. I guess they're going to try to punt it.
This brings up a 4th and long for Baylor. Taylor Shahan is in the punt for the Red Raiders.
Anur back deep. Tyre Anur. His brother Amir also starting on defense. So Team Anur.
I'm guessing BA doesn't come after this, but he does not have the full allotment of yards back there to punt.
Well, one punt already blocked tonight by Jack Victory. Now they're going to back out of it a little bit and play safe.
Put on a return. He's going to have a shot.
They thought, and the ball goes over his head.
Let it go, Tahir. Let it go.
So he wisely lets it go, but huge punt by the punter there because it goes over Anur's head.
Yep.
But BA takes over, 6:40 left in the football game, leading 28-7. And the Eagles will take over on their own 42. We'll be right back.
So Brentwood Academy will have
Ravenwood leads Dixon County 27-3. And we're back in action here at Haywood Stadium, Red Etter Field, at Baylor School in Chattanooga. Williams is going to hand off.
That's Jordan James.
That's Jordan James.
And that's the spin move.
That's Jordan James not going down. And Shannon, a lot of people, when we talk about a running back being a good player, they say, well, what's his style? Who do you compare him to? And I've been trying my best to figure out on Jordan James. And, of course, you're going to compare him to somebody that's famous, right?
Yeah,
because
right.
I'm not saying he's this guy, but
sure.
He reminds me a little bit of Emmitt Smith. He's just so strong from the waist down, and people that go in trying to tackle him at the thighs really struggle to get him on the ground. And Williams is loose for a first down.
Great play by Williams.
Good block by Newer over on the corner.
Wade's done a great job tonight of picking his spots, with those runs.
Williams, an exciting player, good arm and excellent wheels. Gives BA a lot of different things they can hit you with.
You talk about Jordan and his lower body strength, and it surprises people, but you would think at this point in the game they would have figured out, I can't tackle this guy up high, but they still keep trying.
But even when they hit him in the thighs, he just seems to power through them. Any kind of arm tackle.
He's got a bright future.
He just powers through them, and it's fun to watch. Of course, Pleasant, same way. He's just two determined runners that just won't go down.
Whoa!
The snap is there. Nobody's ready. And Williams is going to pick it up and be snowed under way back downfield.
That was an
35-yard line.
Odd-looking play. Nobody moved on that one.
I was going to say silent count, but the band's playing, so maybe they can't. Maybe the center can't hear. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to speak ill of the opposing band, but it's the first time I've ever heard an opposing band play when a play is going on.
Right, same here.
And that generally, out of courtesy, it's just decorum. You stop playing when the play's ready to begin.
So the snap, I'm not even sure. I think it took Williams
sure did
a second or two to realize that the ball just whizzed by his ear.
Well, Baylor didn't even. They stood there for a second too.
So James, he's loose. He's going to get it back all the way back inside the 45.
Wow.
What a run and what a hold by the offensive line. Great job by James and great job by the left side of that offensive line.
That's just deflating if you're the defense, you know. You have a negative 20-yard play, and then this guy comes and runs it back to the line of scrimmage and then some.
So 3rd and 10.
Check out this spot, Chris, all right? That's 3 yards. They're off by 3 yards.
He was near the 40-yard line, unless he stepped out over there. No, I don't know. I didn't think he was that close to the sideline, but I don't know what happened there. I'm glad this isn't a close game.
It's a good thing.
So BA 3rd and 10.
He's got him.
Williams.
He's got him. He's got him. He's got
him. Newer, but wow. And Newer held up for a minute, and then that was just enough for the ball to get a little too far. It was on his fingertips. Nice throw by Williams. I think Newer thought he was going to the left side of the field because Williams looked to the left at first, and he kind of let up for just a second, and then when he went back to that side, he had to start sprinting again.
Right.
Not able to get to it.
And Tahir's a good pass catching running back.
Yeah.
That's a tough catch for a running back though, but still it was there.
So 4:20 left. Let's see, 4:21, and Williams is going to punt it from the shotgun. Nice safe play. You would think. Good tackle down there.
Good coverage.
So Newer tackles him, and Baylor takes over on their own 25-yard line. 4:12 left. Brentwood Academy about to go 7-0, 3-0 in the region, and win their 24th straight game.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out, Chris, I think this is the first game where we haven't had a running clock in the second half since when?
Hillsboro.
First game of the season. This is the first game without a running clock. But it's good, you know, BA, they probably need a game like this. They've had some mistakes. At times they've looked really, really solid, and at times it's been a tiny bit sloppy. But still, they're up 28-7.
So White in at quarterback. They're passing quarterback, and it's picked
pick.
off almost. He dropped it.
Renzo White's pass intended for Moose Vaughn. Bounces off him.
Amir Newer almost gets a pick. Brother Tahir had one earlier. And, boy, he's going to have nightmares and flashbacks about that one.
He might have won up his brother on that one. He may have scored.
He might have scored, and I think that's what he's thinking. Oh, my goodness. I'm sure older brother Akil watching the game tonight.
I think Tahir might give him a little ribbon on that one on the way home.
4:06 left. Ball's on the ground.
Not a great snap. Not a great snap. BA's got it.
BA's got the ball. So Elijah Oatsball recovers the fumble. Ball was on the ground. Running back on the fake. It's accidentally kicked it forward, and Elijah Oatsball dropped on it.
What year is Elijah? We're starting
Sophomore.
We're starting to call Oatsball's name a lot. It sounds familiar.
Sophomore dropped on the ball, and the Eagles take over at the 24.
Just like old times, man.
That's
Oatsball.
Right. Same number and everything. So 4 minutes left in the game, and see if BA punches in another one.
Tamario's back out there, it looks like.
And it's Pleasant trying to get to the sideline. He does. There's that spin move inside the 20. I'm sure it'll be. Now, that guy's standing on the 17. I'm just really curious to see if it ends up back on the 18 or 19.
I think they know you're watching this time, Chris.
Oh, they got it on the, got it on the tip of it's on the 17. So it's
a good run by Tamario. It looks like we got a cramp, maybe. I think someone's got cramps.
So timeout on the field, 3:35 left. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
I came to BA in 6th grade, started middle school. My dad just said, hey, let's go look at BA. So I shadowed, and it was just the best experience. And from then I just knew, man, this is where I'm going to be till high school. Mother asked, is this a Christian school or not? Mr. Brown said, no, it's not. A school's not Christian. The people there are. So just for everybody to be always just encouraging you and to motivate you to get better every day. God is here. God is present in your lives, in your heart, in this building. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. So it makes me happy to come here and know God is here.
One of the great things about Brentwood Academy is having that smaller class size, because it's no longer a lecture and it's more of just a conversation.
The relationships that we're able to build with students are obviously incredibly important. As students try to get into college and there's more pressure to get into college and college costs more and all of this stuff, as all of that happens.
Did see the sun come out on the soccer field today and watch BA beat Baylor 3-2. And
oh, nice.
Pleasant with a big hole up the middle. What blocking? Lovin's blocking downfield. And Newer blocking downfield. And that offensive line with a gaping hole. And BA
Baylor's got a guy
trying to get back on the board again.
Baylor's got a guy cramping up too, I think.
He
at this
just
point.
hopped
He's
up.
He's up. But
so BA is looking for more. Trying to make my 35-7 score actually be right. Maybe a little foreshadowing.
There you go.
So it's 1st and goal, Eagles at the 3-yard line. This game is academic, but if you're still watching, we appreciate it.
Why wouldn't they be?
And there's a wrestling match for the ball. Pleasant wins, but he's taken down for no gain. So Williams trying to read the play and trying to make the determination of whether to hand off or keep it.
They weren't sure on that one, were they?
And Pleasant was sure they needed to hand off. He was very sure that he needed to hand off, but Williams maybe not quite as sure as he read the play. And the result is no gain. 2nd goal from the 3. And there goes Pleasant winding down near the 2. Not a whole lot of room that time.
Well, and it's still too early with 1:49. You can't just take knees. So, unfortunately for Baylor, BA's still got to run the offense.
Well, let's see if this big offensive line can give him enough room to get this last touchdown in there.
BA's trying to take as much time as they can. Obviously, they don't want to run up the score, but you got to run a play.
Williams going to keep this one. He's got the corner. Oh, my goodness. He got hit hard.
He's in.
Give it to him. Touchdown, Wade Williams.
Cannot be denied.
Touchdown, Eagles.
He does get into the end
And the lead increases to 34-7. Williams with a tough shot there. Kind of makes you wince when that's your starting quarterback, taking that kind of a shot.
He's a tough kid, though.
He is. And Williams in to hold for this extra point attempt. Paxton Perry to attempt. Lineberger to snap.
Wade Williams will hold.
Snap, hold, kick, good.
Well, it's just like you said, Chris Woodley, 35-7.
35-7, just a few minutes early. So, you know, I knew what was coming. We're at 1:19 left, and we'll keep it here for just a minute, Shannon. The road gets a lot tougher starting next Friday.
Sure does, with McCauley. You want to talk about a running quarterback, they've got one. Kid can pass a little bit, too.
If you're in the area, get to Carlton Flat Field at Brentwood Academy this Friday. The weather's starting to feel a little cooler, a little more like football.
Sure does.
The Eagles will have won 24 straight games, 3 straight state championships, and a chance to make it 25 in a row as they take on the Blue Tornado. Most people think their chief competition in D2 AAA this year. So
BA's going to have to clean up a little bit of these mistakes, I think, against McCauley. They're a little bit little bit better caliber team than Baylor this year. At least Baylor's a little down, but
The only difference, really, Shannon, though, is that their defense has not. Although they did shut out Innsworth, they have not. They have not played as well as Baylor's defense this year.
That's a good point.
Whereas their offense is electric, and Brentwood Academy's defense has had an outstanding season.
Well,
so
that's a
that'll
good point. Good point.
BA on defense and Macaulay on offense ought to be a treat for football fans to watch. And this one's kind of a line drive squibber, and it's going through the end zone, so that's a touchback anyway.
And Hawkins' kick goes into the end zone on the third bounce, and so it will be 1st and 10, Baylor at the 20.
Red Raiders come out to the 20, so just looking ahead, Macaulay next week, 7 o'clock at Brentwood Academy. Open date for fall break the following Friday, which I believe is the 13th.
Yep.
And then October 20th, NBA comes to Brentwood Academy for the first time in 3 years.
Another tough game.
Another tough game. The last 3 state championship games, of course, between BA and NBA.
You know, NBA is going to be motivated.
It'll be a huge crowd for
that
that
senior
one.
class has not tasted victory in a meaningful game against BA yet.
The ball's loose. Baylor picks it up and loses. Actually, didn't lose any yards.
Oatsvall again.
Oatsvall back in the backfield, wreaking havoc. So following the NBA game, which will be senior night, BA goes on the road to Innsworth to take on the Tigers over in Bellevue. And then the playoffs start, and the real fun starts.
Crazy.
So
it's crazy. This season's almost over,
it
man.
really is. It goes fast. And these Eagles going to jump to 7-0 and 3-0 in the region after this win tonight. Clock down to 40 seconds. Going to be tackled. The clock will continue to run.
I really thought Baylor might try a pass, you know. I mean, I know it's game's over, but maybe just air one out.
They're probably just trying to maybe work on stuff for next week for themselves, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So winding down the last 15 seconds, Shannon, you want to summarize the game for us?
Well, it wasn't exactly pretty, but BA's defense just dominated, and the offense got it done when they needed to. It's really just a dominant. If you look at the stats, it's going to, besides turnovers and mistakes by BA, it's going to be a dominating performance.
Well, that'll do it. Brentwood Academy, 24 in a row now, 7-0, 3-0 in the conference. Home next week against the Macaulay Blue Tornado. Please come out and support these Eagles. This football is fun to watch.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles. So from Chattanooga, from Haywood Stadium, the Baylor School, here at Red Edder Field, I'm Chris Woodley saying good night along with Shannon Barnhill and Dean Johnson, our producer. We'll see you next week. Go Eagles.